The billing part is very commonly neglected in home visit. Most of us, we take either a cash billing, and we don't give bills also. So you should have a billing format, and also you should have an invoice format. So what is the invoice and what is bill? Invoice is a receipt. uh, so invoice is something you generate what is to be payable to you. So every week, by the end of a week, on Sunday, you say that in this week, out of 7 days, you are supposed to payable for 5 days, or for 5 days into X amount, whatever is the visit. So that is the X amount you are supposed to pay. So that's the invoice generated to the patient, and the patient will pay you either weekly or monthly, but the invoice is generated. And you should create a receipt only when you get the payment. So suppose you generated invoices weekly, but he paid you monthly. So by the end of the month, you generate like for 20 session, you have got X amount of money, and then you generate a receipt. So this is very important for us, as well as for accounting. Invoices and receipts are very important for accounting, and it makes us very professional, and the patients will trust us instead of just taking a cash business. Okay. So please provide a bill every month, and every payment should be bill. In this also, there is a lot of ambiguity in what is the charges to be taken for the home visit. And the patient doesn't know what is your home visit charges till you go to their home visit, and then you discuss. I suggest you can declare the charges publicly, and you should use a public platform to declare your home visit charges. Like suppose you have a Practo account, which is a free account. There also you can register your name, and you can write down what is your per session charges. So that is publicly declared, so anybody can verify that. And if you have any problem, like suppose for short distance and long distance, you take more time for traveling, then you can communicate with the patient like, averagely I take this much charges, but because your distance is too much and my traveling time is increasing, so I will charge X plus 10%, 20% extra. And if you communicate in advance, the patient will also not have problem, and you will also not have problem. So you should have a public declaration of your amount, so the people will trust. And you can do the advanced billing also. If you follow these norms, it is very easy that you can do the advanced billing. People will trust you, and if you have a very organized format of billing and invoice, then you can do the advanced billing also. Normally we always get post billing, like after the month we get paid, and many times we lose our payment. So like this happened with me many times, that after the month people just absconded, or they found any reason not to pay, and then I lose the money. So in that case, we lose money, but there is no excuse for that. Probably the experience was not good, or something gone wrong. That money was anyways was not yours, so you lost it. That's okay. But if you do the advance billing, and if you do a professional billing, the patient will also get convinced, and you will also get convinced. And the problem with advance billing, why they don't do advance? Because if you don't come up, there is no place for them to complain or get refund of your bill. But if you have an organized structured billing, if you have a team where they can complain, or if there is a contact center where they can do the refund of the billing, then people will not hesitate to do the advance billing as well. So please take this point into account. Compared to this, if you look at the typical corporate bill, sectors which are coming into home visit, their charges of home visit is always publicly declared. It is always put on their website. There is a format where the patients can complain if something goes wrong. There is a format of advanced billing. There is a format of refund billing also, which is not there in our home visit business. So if we provide this solution, probably we can compete with the corporate sector also very well. See, let me give you an example why this is so much important. Like earlier, we used to have auto, and whenever we used to sit in the auto, we never knew what will be the end billing, because the auto will keep running, and then after the end of the trip, we'll get the amount of our bill. But this Ola Uber, they tell you in advance based on the distance they calculate, and they tell you in advance that suppose you are supposed to do 200 rupees is the payment which will be given for this trip. So there is no ambiguity. So we always trust Ola Uber. Like if I go to a new city, We always prefer Uber because I know that nobody is going to cheat me. It is public declaration, and there is a trust in that, which is not there in our home visit sector. Because there is no public declaration of our billing, and there is no good communication. That is how it affects the overall experience. So I suggest we can find this solution, and these are very simple and more effective solutions. You should follow good accounting. First of all, to do the billing and receipt, you should have register your company. Uh, I have already taken a lecture last week that how to register your physiotherapy company. In that, I have explained in detail what should be done as a proprietorship or partnership or LLP. Whatever is your choice, you can register that. Please open a current account. You should always keep a separate account for your company and separate account for your saving. So there should be a separate account, current account, and saving account. Because if you have a separate current account and if you have a registered company, you can claim for the expenses for your traveling, for the utensils which you are using, or any consumables which you are using for home visits. That all can be taken care in the expense column. But if you take that in saving account as income, all income will be treated as a income and will be taxed on the whole income instead of the profit. So the profit, sorry, the benefit with the registration of companies that there is income, then there is expense minus income minus expense. Whatever is remaining is your profit, and you will get taxed on the whole profit. Whereas if you take every money in saving account, they will be taxed on the whole income, not on the expenses, not after the expenses. You will be taxed on the income. So income minus tax, and whatever is remaining, it will be an expense and then saving. So why can't you use this format where income minus expense and will be taxed on the profit? So this will pay for your cost of your traveling, cost of your petrol, cost of your vehicle, and all that can be claimed under expense column. To get a better advice on this topic, you can talk to your CA, and he will help you out with all this problem. Please, whatever the accounting you are doing, you should always keep an accountant with you. Usually, we only keep all the accounts details, how much money came, how much money gone out, or what is the expense column. So, but if you keep a proper accountant, he will keep records. So, it is very good habit to keep a books of record of your accounting. And we are very bad being a healthcare professional. We don't know how to keep books of record for our account. So, we can have a higher accountant, a small accountant, or if you don't know any account, you can hire any person from the commerce background who is either studying or he just passed out or he is going master. It will be extra cash for him. He will also get benefited, you will also get benefited, and both are having a good win-win formula. To keep accountant, you don't need to go directly to the CA and keep accountant. You can take a small consultation from the CA, or you can contact any of your friends who are from the accounting background or commerce background, and they are very good at it. They will find someone either who is studying or who requires some financial support. You can take them for your accounting. So he also get paid and you also get paid. You should also do the indemnity insurance. Because if you are going for home visit and something goes wrong, if the patient falls or he gets fractured, you don't have to pay from your pocket. If he claims for you to pay for that, or if the accident is directly happened because of you, then you have an indemnity insurance which can pay for your claims. So this will be a good protection for you also.